want to welcome all to the Big East Digital Network's coverage of NCAA soccer. Today, the Marquette Golden Eagles come into town to take on the Blue Demons of DePaul University with playoff hopes on the line. Hello, everybody. I'm Peter Ferrari. I thank you for joining us here this afternoon. November 6, 2002, 17 years ago to the day, is the last time Marquette defeated DePaul here in Chicago. They're hoping for a different result as playoff hopes are on the line. They need the 3 points, the victory, and a little bit of help to get that sixth and final playoff spot as DePaul looks to be the spoilers for Marquette's playoff aspirations. Looking at the opposing team, Marquette comes into town at 3-5-0 overall. Senior leader Josh Cohen leading the team with 6 goals is going to need to put some in the back of the net this afternoon, as he did on Saturday against Seton Hall, for Marquette to have that playoff chance. But home senior Max DeBrunya and the 1-4-3 DePaul Blue Demons are looking to be a spoiler, as he has also gotten the accolade of a weekly honorable recipient throughout the season, and he is hoping his defensive prowess can be the difference here this afternoon. DePaul taking on Marquette. Playoff implications abound. We will bring that action to you shortly on the Big East Digital Network, presented by SoFi on Caffeine TV.
Here, we do what others don't.
Dream what others won't. Driven to leap forward, determined to always give back.
Here, we work where giants have played, where the connection of work and ethic is made.
A diverse community possessed with a passion
To know and grow and go and show the world we are prepared to change it. Here, we ask what must be done, for in doing we learn and earn success.
And you can get there from here.
DePaul University. Here, we do.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Big East Digital Network's coverage of NCAA soccer. Seconds are ticking away of the pregame as Marquette needs 3 points and that elusive win that they have been desperately trying to seek in order to reach the playoffs. On the flip side, DePaul looking to be the spoiler as it is their final game of the regular season. The seniors want a successful send-off. But as we look at the opposing starting lineup for the Golden Eagles, we know that the senior leadership there, and especially that of Josh Cohen, is going to be one to watch for. The Golden Eagles coming into today with a record of 3-5-0, need the 3 points and a little bit of help to get to the playoffs. As for the Blue Demons, as you see here, the players taking the field. Labovich excited to be part of this team. A lot of hope for the team of next year and team of the future as we look at their starting lineup. Drew Nelly, the goalkeeper, going to try to keep it to zeros, even if it's a tie. Marquette's not making the postseason. We will keep you up to date with all action happening in the Big East on the other games happening simultaneously. I will tell you that currently a 1-1 tie is what's the score between Butler and Xavier. We are underway. The visiting Golden Eagles wearing the long sleeve, deep navy blue kits. Home Blue Demons with the white kits along with the red numbers and blue trim. Marquette with the golden numbers and letters and white trim. We are glad to have you here again, Dr. Pete Ferrari, from Wish Field Cacciatore Stadium, as DePaul and a brisk Wednesday afternoon in Chicago. Still some snow on the ground in the corners, as you may be able to see throughout the broadcast, as we have a quick attempt, and already Drew Nelly having to pick up the pieces of the misguided pass. Again, thank you for joining us here today. This game brought to you by SoFi. For all of your refinancing needs, make sure you go to SoFi.com for more information. Lots of great action here happening simultaneously with the Big East. We will keep you afloat of all of that throughout the afternoon, so make sure you stay tuned here and don't tune in anywhere else. 3-5-1, tied for 7th overall, are the aforementioned Golden Eagles, as they are looking to get those 3 points in the game here today. 1-4-3 are DePaul. And up until this past weekend, 9 out of the 10 teams still had playoff hopes. But albeit DePaul and the Golden Eagles both fell short this past week in eliminating DePaul, one of 2 teams along with Villanova that are officially eliminated from playoff contentions, as 2 teams tied for 7th currently, one of them being that of Marquette. Marquette had a final playoff spot at least a soft hold on until this past weekend, falling in overtime 2-1 against Seton Hall. The Pirates had 2 goals from Carlton McKenzie, including the golden goal in overtime to win on the road for the first time since 2006. You may have heard us say earlier in the broadcast how Marquette has not won here in Chicago since 17 years ago to the day, November 6, 2002. They need that victory here to reach the postseason. Again, for all the action, make sure you follow the hashtag BEFootball and on Twitter at Big East Champs. Follow along with all the action here this afternoon and throughout all the postseason. Postseason dates have been announced. The 9th is going to be the first round, 13th semifinals, and the 17th the championship. No other place to tune in than right here on the Big East Digital Network, powered by SoFi. As we see a throw-in attempt now for DePaul. Labovich. Slight tap in. Marquette passing back, reassessing the situation. Across the mid, looking for a clearing pass. Nothing there. Taking it himself is Perpa. Can DePaul clear it? They are able to make it a throw-in. Great crew here today. We'll talk about them throughout the day. Also, we'll be joined shortly by sideline reporter Tyler Aki. About to have our first corner kick. Presenting the corner will be Josh Cohen, the player to watch in today's game. 6 goals, around cleared away by none other than Senior DeBrunya. One more tap, sending it back to midfield. Header along the near side, and that one is going to go out of bounds. That will be throw-in for the home Blue Demons. Throw-in now will be that of Labovich. Looks to be throwing retreating to Calipari. Looking for some movement, calling for it. Header back into play, picked up by the Golden Eagles. And one more tip here. Northeasterly wind, as you can see the flags blowing in the background. DeBrunya, quick tap. Able to be held cleanly by Bowser. Hard challenge from the Golden Eagles. Getting up slowly, slight limp. Is that a Labovich? He should be okay. Dangerous pass across the middle, taken away by Marquette. Marquette pushing forward, and it'll be cleared off. Defensive maneuver there by DePaul. Throw in for Marquette coming shortly. Misguided attempt on the free kick. Marquette now trying to clear it once again. They do. Another throw in again for the Golden Eagles. Marquette looking for control. Head back and forth. Back to the far sideline. Some trickeration. Near sideline, controlled was Mersberger. Taken away by Labovich. A lot of congestion, a lot of passing. Will it be a throw in for DePaul? It will be. Smart retreating throw in by Feuderer. Calipari ahead. Marquette, strong challenge, taking back possession. Marquette looking for that first goal. They are 5-2 in the 2019 campaign. when scoring the first goal in their given contests, need 3 points to have a chance at the postseason, as we have said throughout the onset of this broadcast. Six years was the last time that Marquette has won this many road games. Pass to the middle. No challenge by Marquette or DePaul until cleared away. But again, 3 road game victories for the Blue Demons, for the Golden Eagles this season. First time since 2013 in which they won 4. They are looking to tie that and get their 4th victory here this afternoon. Most of the 8 minutes of this contest have been spent in DePaul territory. Marquette completely on the offensive again, and mentioned the 5-2 record when scoring first this season. Strong play, and that will go the way of Marquette. Good set-piece action here, attempt coming your way on the Big East Digital Network, powered by SoFi. Connor Alba was the one engaged in that altercation. Now it will be Luca Perpa, the midfield senior out of Wind Lake, Wisconsin, going to attack with the left. 2-person near wall. Good angle, headed away by DeBrunya. Control, Marquette, pass. High with chip with the left, headed in. Oh, and it just misses to the right. What a close attempt for the Golden Eagles. Near goal, misguided on a near clear attempt. Drew Lintelli now on the first goal kick. Just about 10 minutes into the contest here this afternoon. As we see a beautiful chip on the far side, headed back into play. And misguided attempt by Perpa. That could have been nasty. Marquette moving ahead. Strong challenge. Passed in, headed away. Left foot has it sailing over the crossbar. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to take a quick second, go to our sideline reporter this afternoon, Tyler Aki. Tyler had a chance to talk to both coaches pregame, but also has an outstanding tidbit about this match. Tyler.
Well, this is a Marquette team that historically has struggled on the road, especially here at Wish Field. But this season, they're playing for their 4th and biggest road win of 2019. And a big reason why is this is a resilient group, according to Marquette's head coach. And on top of that, they like to do a couple of little things that help them with some of these road matchups, including when they're together, no phones out. I know that's a tough ask for a lot of college kids. And on top of that, they really like to play Mario Kart as well as a team while they're on the road, hoping to not get hit by a blue shell today.
Thank you for that tidbit, Tyler. No phones, but Mario Kart. Now, I'm a Yoshi guy myself, so we'll have to hear from you in a second, Tyler, as that one goes past the far post on the corner attempt. I was definitely a Yoshi player. I liked the speed, liked the consistency. Once in a while, throw me some DK. I'll go Donkey Kong in order to be able to, get that, build the speed up. And it was hard when you had a spin out. Nothing like some Mario Kart talk here with playoff implications on the line for NCAA soccer. So I'm going to hear from Tyler in a second as to who he liked to play as. And, maybe if the Marquette Golden Eagles come out victorious, we'll see who the secret character was for them. Maybe some Bowser. Bowser always a good option as well. Know a lot of people that like to play with Toad. Toad definitely a good choice. So, Tyler, what was your thought on that?
My guy all the time was Donkey Kong. I was a big DK guy. I always thought you got to go with the big and the barrel if you want to win.
All right, I like that. DK was always my number 2. Like I said, Yoshi won. But let's see if this strong throw-in could be the red shell
That was stimulating conversation
that
right there.
DePaul needs. Nothing there. Headed back in. Marquette. Strong tackle, and that will be a throw-in for DePaul. Beautiful defensive play by Blue Demon Maddie Brickman. Outstanding play, clean challenge as we see on the replay, and ricocheted off the right foot of Golden Eagle Sunnison. Beautiful play, textbook defense by the Blue Demons. Just a score update, still at 1-1 in the second. They are 6 minutes into that second period between Butler and Xavier. Again, if you're a Golden Eagle fan, you need Butler to lose or tie and include yourself a victory here today in order to make sure that you come out on top and the Golden Eagles make the postseason. DeBrunya now looking for something, looking for anything. Passed ahead. Demon Anderson, no foul called on that one. Strong crossing pass for the Blue Demons. Trying to push through, nothing there. And that one's going a bit too far. That will be a goal kick. And we have a yellow card being presented. Waiting to see who that was on. As we will get that information momentarily. Either way, Cedric Stern with the goal kick. Strong pass ahead into the zone by DePaul, but Marquette able to take it back cleanly. Shoulder, no handball called. Maneuvering, ricocheted off to the left. High header, Anderson with control. Anderson, a week and a half ago, predominant player in DePaul and their matchup against Xavier. That one bounces around and able to be picked up cleanly by Cedric Stern, the 6'2" goalkeeping sophomore from Friedberg, Germany. Final game of the regular season for both squads. DePaul looking to come out victorious. For one last time for their seniors, Marquette again win, help in to the playoffs. Butler has scored in other exciting Big East action. Now 2-1 the score against Xavier. Not what the Golden Eagles are looking for. So I know Golden Eagle fans are putting on their Big X Xavier hats. As DePaul pass back to midfield. Again, 75% of this match, of the 15 initial minutes, have been in the DePaul zone. As Marquette has control. Near side, nothing there. Chips ahead, is it gonna be onside? It is onside. Knocked into Nelly. No call there, Lucas Sunderson. As pass up to DeBrunya. DeBrunya clears near side as we see such a close play. But Sunderson did hold back when he was trying to attempt there. Knew he did not want to run into the goalkeep. Trying to find anything near side is Alex Mersberger, the defender, redshirt freshman out of Brookfield Central High School. Albeit a cold day here in Chicago, one of the better weather days recently. For the DePaul soccer program, snow, sleet, and rain was the forecast for many of the recent contests. As we see DePaul trying to challenge, Anderson does so. There will be a whistle. Strong challenge on the far side by the aforementioned Anderson. Lucas Sunnerson trying to turn in, not being able to do so. Not much Anderson can do. Otherwise, that was going to be a clear left-footed attempt for the Golden Eagle. Sunnerson now, the freshman, looking with the right foot. Keeps it low. DePaul clears away in order to be able to make another throw-in attempt for the Golden Eagles. Throw-in contested. Turning right foot, rolls in. Good catch in the bread gap basket by Drew Nelly. A lot of Marquette fans in the crowd here today, knowing the ramifications of this contest. And with the whistle, DePaul will gain possession on the opposing Golden Eagle side of the field. First time in quite a bit since the yellow card was pulled. 2 shots so far for the home Blue Demons, already 4 for the visiting Golden Eagles. Free kick into the zone. DePaul trying to find anything. That misguided header go out of bounds. That'll go the way of the Golden Eagles. Interesting tidbit, Coach Bennett of the Golden Eagles has used so many different lineups that only Alba and Segrist, only 2 players to have started every game here this season, is Nelly able to pick up the pieces of that one. A plethora of starting lineups, 16 games this season, 21 different field players have started games for Bennett's squad. And like we said, Alba and Segrist, only 2 to have started every single matchup. Marquette able to keep that one in. Going into the middle, Anderson heads away, and we will have another throw-in from Marquette. Anderson being challenged often on that far sideline by Marquette. Onside misguided heading attempt by Christian Marquez. If he were there, that could have been ugly. Nonetheless, DePaul back on the offensive, clearing away Stern. .25-20 remaining in the opening half. 0-0 the score. Marquette needs the 3 points. They won't know their playoff fate, however, even after this contest and Butler's contest, as Villanova and Seton Hall, which kicks off at 5 p.m. Central Time, is what will be the final determining factor for if Marquette's able to make it in. Because as we stand, Butler 2-1 lead over Xavier. If that maintains, Butler has the advantage over Marquette. If for some reason Xavier's come back to tie, that will allow again Marquette to have an opportunity. If Seton Hall loses this evening and Marquette wins, Marquette takes the final 6th spot. Strong challenge, inside, trying to find an outlet, nothing there. Marquette chips ahead, and that one goes high over the crossbar. So we will have another goal kick for Drew Nelly and the home Blue Demons. We're talking about senior forward Josh Cohen. Numerous statistical categories is where he's #1 for his team so far in the 2019 campaign. Shots, 51. Shots on goal, 28 points, 16 and 6 goals. Also tied for 2nd on the team in the assist category. He's also top 5 in the Big East on shots on goal, and points. So he needs to do whatever humanly possible to get the touch in and help his Golden Eagles here away in Chicago make something happen. Still stuck at the 4 shots from Marquette. They've had 2 corners so far this blustery afternoon. That one's going to be onside. Nelly challenges. And what are they going to say? As hit hard on the heading attempt, Drew Nelly comes out of the goal box. Strong challenge to the back and hit hard was Lucas Sunderson in the middle of the tension again, but it looks like it will be a goal kick. DePaul looking for something on the offensive side, taken away ever so quickly by Marquette. Luca Purpa dominating possession at the midfield mark. Pass now near side is Marquez. Will he one time or go back? Goes back. Purpa trying to find anything to Marquez. Will Marquez take a long distance? Goes one more time. Far sideline. Chips ahead. Headed away. And able to be cleared by Feuderer. Right now Marquette looking for the perfect opportunity, not playing rebound or ricochet soccer at all. Wants a clean opportunity. 2 defender challenge. And DeBrunya in the large 6'4" frame coming into play there. Easy header to get out of the zone. Marquette looking for something, looking for anything. Chipped ahead. Tipped away. Back into possession is going to be Mersberger. Mersberger sends it high and far. Didn't see much happening there. Decided let's just get it toward the goal. Not a bad idea. Score update still 2-1 Butler over Xavier, under 30 to play in that contest. As we wait for continuation of play, going back to the sideline, Tyler, is it a Mario Kart update, or what else do we have?
Before the game, Coach Louis Bennett stressed to me that in the first 20 to 25 minutes, he wanted to see his team really be the aggressor out there. And the message was clear. We want to have our foot forward, not make sure they have their foot back. And that's certainly been the case today when you look at the time of possession between these two teams in the early going. He also mentioned that we want to emphasize that we should score first and not let up a goal first. Certainly still looking to find the back of the net early on. Another note to pass along, Butler has the early 2-1 lead.
All right, thank you for that, Tyler. I thought you were talking about early acceleration of Princess Peach. But nonetheless, Mario Kart talk we can shelve for later. Marquette, they come out victorious. I'm sure they will be playing some Mario Kart on the bus back to Milwaukee. Throw in for Marquette, their own zone under the Blue Demon scoreboard. Wind has subsided substantially since kickoff. Will DePaul find something on the offensive? And that will be a corner. So we will now have our first corner for the DePaul Blue Demons, brought to you by SoFi. If you have outstanding student loans, if you are preparing to do so, being a graduate recently or in the past, SoFi.com. For all of your refinancing needs, that's SoFi.com. Powering this matchup on the Big East Digital Network and Caffeine TV. Jake Feuderer, right hand up. Left foot, high, good angle, far post, headed away by Marquette. Anderson keeps it on the ground, bouncing around. Marquette trying to clear. Anderson challenges again. Marquette able to get it away, but Anderson once again. DeBrunya rolls it in, and that will be maintained by Stern. Took the quick opportunity to pick up the football. That will be onside. Marquette forces the hand of Calipari. Marquette Gold Eagles with possession. Chukai trying to set up the attack for the Golden Eagles. Kick drops down. Nelly holding onto it for dear life. Good save again by Drew Nelly. A definite plus and shining point for the home Blue Demons. That of goalkeeping 6'5" junior from DeSmet Jesuit is Drew Nelly. Good positioning, good form. 5th shot on goal for the visiting Golden Eagles. They know this cannot end in a draw. $17 and change remaining in the opening half on the Big East Digital Network. And that one will go the way of Marquette. This is the 31st all-time meeting between Marquette and DePaul. Marquette has a 26-6-1 lead in the all-time series over the home Blue Demons. Last time they played, the Golden Eagles came away with a 2-0 victory at Valley Fields. In the past 7, Marquette, however, has won 4 against DePaul. They played every single year since 2012, alternating each season. As we talked about earlier, last victory, though, here in Chicago, November 6, 2002. It will be out of bounds. Play on for the Golden Eagles. Cleared back to Nelly. Nelly left foot. Takes it to mid. They're saying it's going to be possession Marquette. Strong affirming call by the officiating crew. Onside pass ahead to DeBrunya, allowing that one to roll out of bounds, and we will have a goal kick. That is the senior leadership we talked about in the pregame. Max DeBrunya, beautiful textbook style defense, not allowing Marquette to gain possession so close to goal, letting it roll out of bounds. Now waiting for the call for Drew Nelly. We are underway yet again. DePaul still sitting at 3 shots on goal, 1 corner. Good chip ahead attempt. Drew Nelly having to head that one. Controlled by the Blue Demons. Anderson Sends that one out, and we will have a throw-in for Marquette. Down on the ground right now, Connor Alba, the midfielding 5'7" senior. Alba from Catholic Memorial High School in Waukesha, Wisconsin. And that one, smart prowess by the aforementioned DeBrunya, as that was going to be as we see the last foul by Anderson. And then coming ahead, looked like no contact there. Beautiful corner, headed away by DeBrunya, and he is down. Slowly getting up, but again, Max DeBrunya, something else, ladies and gentlemen. What DePaul has been able to see these past few seasons of his play.
Keep whining, 36, keep whining.
Giunelli. To mid. DePaul looking for anything. Playing not only for pride, but to be the spoiler. As we will have a throw-in for the Blue Demons. My apologies, set piece. Looking to find clearing is going to be Jake Feuderer. Feuderer with the left. Sends it far post. DeBrunya heads back in. Control down. Marquette taking it away, passing it ahead. And we will have a whistle. So not much DePaul did with that set piece. Again, DePaul's time of possession has not been a strong suit here this afternoon. Under 12 minutes to play in the opening half. DePaul, Marquette tied at 0. And in Butler-Xavier action, still 2-1, Butler with the lead. 20 minutes remaining in that contest. Strong defense, but Marquette coming away with it. Sending it back mid. Nothing there. DePaul taking their time, clearing it out. Scrum, far side of midfield. 4 players bouncing it around. DePaul finally able to get control. But right back to Marquette. Marquette chipping ahead. I believe we're going to have a corner. No, we do not. We have a goal kick. It's a very close play. Official on the spot. Giunelli. FAMU does qualify for the Big East tournament. Again, we had mentioned Saturday, November 9th, this Saturday, the team that finishes 3 in the conference standings are going to take on the number 6 seed. 4 will take on 5. Georgetown, St. John's already having clinched the 1 and 2 seeds, respectively, earning those first round byes. Providence sitting at 5-3. The Blue Jays 4-4. As we mentioned, Butler, Seton Hall, Xavier, Marquette, all vying for the final spots. We will now have a corner.
Corner kick for DePaul.
For the Blue Demons, under 10 remaining in the opening half. Left foot ahead, Feuderer headed away. Marquette will have another corner. Even if this game ends in a tie, Marquette knows they will be eliminated from playoff contention. So 0-0 would even be a result that DePaul would like. Don't forget the Big East Championships, as we mentioned, number 6 seed, which could very well be these Golden Eagles taking on number 3 Providence, noon Eastern time Saturday. Big East Championships presented by Jeep. Corner kick, punched away by the outstretched arm. Kicked in off the crossbar. Oh, the holy crossbar coming into play to help the Golden Eagles have this game maintained as a tie. Marquette trying something, anything, to get it out of the zone, and they do. Cedric Stern. As we see, DeBrunya chips up, ricocheted off a defender, and the hand of Stern. As we see one more time, hands, crossbar, no goal. Eight minutes remaining in the opening half. DePaul now trying to even out the time of possession in the opening half. Rolling back to Drew Nelly. Player down for the Golden Eagles. Back up quickly, Leo Villa. Marquette regains possession. They have numbers. Sweeping up the sideline, taking a step. Good defensive challenge and tackle by Brickman. But just as fast, Golden Eagles. Marquez. Into the box, nothing there. Streaking. Bouncing around, and that will go out of bounds. That should be a goal kick, and it is. As we see on that prior tackle, bringing it around to the opposite foot was Cohen, but Brickman with a beautiful job not allowing a clean attempt by the Golden Eagles. Haven't said his name often, senior defender Pat Segrist. First 15 games of the 2019 season, he's been on the pitch a team high 1,394 minutes. He's tied for the Big East lead in assists. Let's see if he can find anything to help his squad out here today. The defending senior 6 foot out of Streamwood, Illinois, Conant High School. DePaul now on the offensive to Anderson. Can Anderson get the angle? Rolls it ahead. Save by Stern. Marquette now quickly back on the offensive. Resetting the offense with 5:10 left as we see Anderson. Tough angle, but Stern not allowing for the and one. Chipped ahead, and that one should roll out for a goal kick. Luca Perpa has been doing an outstanding job looking for any outlet passes today. He's number 8 all-time at Marquette University in career assists. He had his 4th assist this past Saturday in the 2-1 loss to Seton Hall. 21st career assist at Marquette. Again, tied for 8th all-time in career assists. He would love to have one more here today if that means the difference between a tie or a victory for Marquette University. 4:10 remaining in the opening half. It was all Marquette most of the first half until this recent onslaught by that of the Blue Demons. Well, the throw in now. Far sideline. Marquette. Segrist with the throw in. Throwing DePaul. Able to keep it in play. Anderson challenges. Marquette able to bypass that. Anderson knocks it out of bounds. He's past 5 minutes. Anderson has had his name said quite often as necessary to keep not only the pressure off of Marquette on the defensive side, but also helping on the offensive as well. Under 3 remaining in the opening half. 0-0, still the score. DeBrunya. Near side from Mersberger. Chukai trying to find something. Far side, passed in, cleared away by the Blue Demons. Stern doing an outstanding job of the goalkeep. Thus far today, the sophomore goalkeeper has started the last 7 games in net for the Golden Eagles, posting a 3-4 record with a .720 save percentage. Challenged here today and got the assist from the crossbar. Looking for something. Marquette, one time, far post, chipped in, missed header. Brickman challenging. Marquette gains possession. Back to the Blue Demons, sending it away is going to be Herbeck. 1:30 remaining. Stern pushes ahead. Marquette looking for another attempt here. As we see on the replay, inches away was Marquez from a redirect attempt. Not able to get up in time. 65 seconds remaining in the opening half. Marquette looking for one more attempt.
1 minute remaining in the half.
We will have a throw-in for the Golden Eagles. Anderson challenges. Chips ahead. Good angle. Trying to clear away. Marquette trying to get possession. Marquez looks back with the one-time Mersberger. Merger's back to Chuki. Able to be cleared away with 20 seconds remaining. Player down. Set piece. Can they get it off? 15 seconds. They will have one good attempt. Perpa. Does he have the left foot?
8, 7, 6,
Takes the shot. Ricocheted.
3, 2,
High.
1.
And that will hit the net. And that'll be it for the first half. The home Blue Demons, 6 shots on goal, 3 saves, 3 corners, and 5 fouls to that of the opposing Golden Eagles. 5 shots, 1 save, 3 corners, and 6 fouls. And then at the end of the first half, the 3-5 Marquette Golden Eagles tied 0-0 with 1-4-3 Blue Demons of DePaul. We'll be back for a bit of a halftime report and second half action. Don't go anywhere. Blue Demons, Golden Eagles, Big East Digital Network, powered by SoFi.
And this is just one night. You should see what we do during the day. Marquette University. Be the difference.
Here, we do what others don't.
Dream what others won't, driven to leap forward, determined to always give back.
Here, we work where giants have played, where the connection of work and ethic is made.
A diverse community possessed with a passion
To know and grow and go and show the world we are prepared to change it. Here, we ask what must be done, for in doing we learn and earn success.
and you can get there from here.
DePaul University. Here, we do.
One of the positives about the sports business in the last couple of years, and in recent years in particular, has been the growing interest in seeing our industry become a more diverse and inclusive place.
I find it important for us to amplify the voices of those who have not traditionally had a seat at the table. As a Black African woman, my various social identities are always at the forefront of my daily interactions, from my first name, my culture, to where I'm from. So for me, diversity is about us celebrating our uniqueness as a society.
A lot of what happens in terms of diversifying workforce in the college world happens at the campus level. That's really where the core hiring takes place. The schools are responsible for hiring their directors of athletics, their staffs, their coaches. And so the conference is really a step away from that activity, but I think conferences can and should set a tone. And so in the Big East, we have tried to make diversity and inclusion a conference strategic priority. We have, for example, within our conference SAC group, designated a diversity and inclusion officer. D&I has become an important topic of discussion at SAC meetings. And our D&I officer is now included into the conference-wide diversity and inclusion working group that we've created.
I currently serve as the conference's Student Athlete Advisory Committee's Diversity and Inclusion Officer. This position is charged with ensuring that the conference carries out its commitment to inclusion for all, and I assist the conference staff in creating opportunities for student athletes from different backgrounds to come together to share and exchange ideas. I also work closely with the Big East Diversity and Inclusion Working Group.
You know, when I think about diversity, I think about the fact that diversity is a fact. When we think about inclusion, we think about inclusion being a choice. And I think if we can succeed in anything at the Big East is to impress upon everyone how inclusion isn't just a choice but a responsibility.
The Big East is committed to continuing the development of programs and initiatives that support diverse and inclusive environments for our student athletes, coaches, staff, and communities.
Welcome back to Wish Field in Chicago, Illinois. Jonas Brothers playing on the loudspeakers, burning up, and that's something Marquette needs to do in the second half. As we see some of the highlights, they were ever so close to coming away with some goals. An outstanding corner attempt cleared away by none other than DeBrunya, as we see from another vantage point. Again, his height and reach is something that is second to none here in the Big East. Good challenges there by defense. And then DeBrunya, once again on the ricochet, almost a handball called off the outstretched hands of goalkeeper Stern, hitting the crossbar. And then this final tip away here before half. Nothing for Marquette to speak for, as we see the halftime stats brought to you by SoFi. 6 shots on goal apiece for both teams, or 6 shots apiece for each team. 3 shots on goal for Marquette, 1 for the Blue Demons, 1 save for the Golden Eagles, 3 for DePaul, 3 corners apiece, 7 fouls already for Marquette, 5 for the Blue Demons, 1 yellow card for Marquette to the 0 of DePaul. As we see some offensive and defensive players of the week for the Big East. We're excited to bring that information to you as we see Ramsey Quisamdi, the Providence Friars sophomore defender, Big East Defensive Player of the Week, 1 game-winning goal by that for him. 3 shots allowed versus Xavier, 2 shots on goal allowed. For Seton Hall, the Pirates senior Carlton McKenzie, the forward, 2 goals this week, 1 overtime game winner. That was against the Golden Eagles of Marquette this past Saturday. 5 goals this season. The Big East Offensive Player of the Week. If we switch now to the Georgetown Hoyas Freshman of the Week, Tomas Romero, the goalkeeper. 5 shutouts this season, 7-0-0 overall season record, 4 saves. Those are some outstanding numbers. And then the Creighton Blue Jays Defender Freshman of the Week, Jake Ashford. The defender has 1 game-winning goal, 3 shots on goal, allowed 3 goals this season. Again, the Big East Freshman of the Week and Big East Goalkeeper of the Week. Looking now at the Big East Men's Soccer Weekly Honor Roll, 5 players awarded. We'll talk about each of them briefly. Bryce Gibson, the senior Blue Jay defenseman. Sean Zawadzki, the sophomore from the Hoyas of Georgetown, the defense midfielder. Paulo Lima, the sophomore for the Friars of Providence, midfielder. Tani Aluwasie, the sophomore from the Red Storm of St. John's, forward midfielder. And Samson Sergi, the red-shirted senior from the Xavier Musketeers, forward. The Big East Men's Soccer Weekly Honor Roll. Tip your caps to them. Congratulations for your work on and off the pitch. In other news, 2-1 is still the score. Butler has the lead with 2 minutes remaining against Xavier. We will look now at the playoff implications. If Butler holds on, then it should be them versus Creighton, the 4 and 5 seed, as Butler will have locked that one down. But then in other implications, as we see lower on the bracket, Providence will face the winner of that, or Butler or Seton Hall. Now, mind you, if Butler wins, Seton Hall loses, and somehow Marquette can find a goal in the second half, they will slide into the 6th seed, bumping Seton Hall off of contention. Georgetown, being the outstanding, unanimous #1 team in the Big East, will be taking on the winner of Creighton versus the 5 seed. And then the #2 overall seed will be taking on the winner of 3 versus 6. 0-0 your score. Peter Ferreri on the call. 1-4-3 DePaul holding that 0-0 score against the 3 and 5-0 Marquette Golden Eagles. Halftime presented by SoFi. We'll be back with second half action as Marquette needs a goal to stay with their playoff hopes alive. DePaul looking to keep this score the same or get a goal of their own. DePaul, Marquette, second half, coming back shortly on Big East Digital Network, powered by SoFi.
Here, we do what others don't.
Dream what others won't, driven to leap forward, determined to always give back.
Here, we work where giants have played, where the connection of work and ethic is made.
A diverse community possessed with a passion
To know and grow and go and show the world we are prepared to change it. Here, we ask what must be done, for in doing we learn and earn success.
and you can get there from here.
DePaul University. Here, we do.
When my time came to stop coaching, I was very fortunate that I didn't have to go cold turkey. I was able to start the Big East Conference, and we came across the sky like a meteor.
One recruiting year that they had that really turned everything around was the Ewan Mullen Pinckney recruiting year. It changed the face of Eastern basketball probably forever.
We just believed in ourselves, and a lot of hard work on everybody's part.
Every March, Madison Square Garden is home to everything that is college basketball.
Put on your red shoes and dance the blues.
What? How's the weather? Yeah. It's snowing out. It's a blizzard, but we ain't gonna stop.
Like
rightly. There were questions early on about whether the Big East could withstand the test of reconfiguration. And I think if you were here, we've done that and more.
It's a monster league now. Last man standing, bring the flag. Tough to coach in, but great for spectators and great to play in. The march of the Big East goes on.
Hallelujah.
And this is just one night. You should see what we do during the day. Marquette University. Be the difference.
Here, we do what others don't.
Dream what others won't. Driven to leap forward, determined to always give back.
Here, we work where giants have played, where the connection of work and ethic is made.
A diverse community possessed with a passion
to know and grow and go and show the world we are prepared to change it. Here, we ask what must be done, for in doing we learn and earn success.
And you can get there from here.
DePaul University. Here we do. Here, we do what others don't.
Dream what others won't. Driven to leap forward, determined to always give back.
Here, we work where giants have played, where the connection of work and ethic is made.
A diverse community possessed with a passion
to know and grow and go and show the world we are prepared to change it. Here, we ask what must be done, for in doing we learn and earn success.
And you can get there from here.
DePaul University. Here we do.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Second half kickoff about to happen. The Blue Demons have held the Marquette Golden Eagles to no points so far here in this contest. We do have a score update as Butler has defeated Xavier in the other contest happening simultaneously. So now the hopes for Marquette to make it to the postseason is a win here versus DePaul and a Seton Hall loss versus Villanova. So again, on the outside looking in, Xavier and Marquette both tied for 7th, 9 points in each of 3 and 5 records. DePaul and Villanova the only ones currently out of it altogether. As we see with time ticking down here, we're excited for a second half of action. The final half of action for these DePaul University seniors. And Marquette hoping that this is not the end of their season as well. So smiles across the board for the Blue Demons again in their home whites with red numbers and letters and blue trim. Temperature definitely seems to be dropping a bit. And now we're going to go to friend and associate sideline reporter Tyler Aki. Tyler, I heard you have an update on the full information of that yellow card in the first half.
Well, this Marquette team obviously playing for its life here in the second half, and Coach Bennett told me at halftime that this team has gotten the bulk of the opportunities. They just need to settle down in their attacking zone. Other than that, they've set up good opportunities when they've kept their composure. However, composure has been a bit of an issue in the first half. That yellow card that was called was because of unsportsmanlike behavior by the Golden Eagles.
Thank you for that, Tyler. Underway here in the second. Marquette looking for something, looking for anything. As long as the ball hits the back of the net. That's what the Golden Eagles are looking for. We thank you again, everybody, for joining us here on the Big East Digital Network matchup between Marquette University and DePaul. Going left to right are the Blue Demons. Right to left, Marquette in their away long sleeve navy kits. Yellow numbers and letters, white trim. Paul trying to pass ahead. No breathing room as Marquette stifling in a good portion of the first half and right at the onset of this second. Both teams feeling each other out near midfield. Marquette trying to apply pressure. Marquette finding an angle. Ricochets off, and we'll have our first goal kick. Or excuse me, our first corner kick of this second half. Drew Nelly calling out who he wants on which mark. Josh Cohen leads the team with 6 goals. Off the right foot, headed away. Marquette running it down. Looking back to mid. Mersberger. Pressure by DePaul, sending Marquette the opposite way. All the way back to goal, keeps Stern. Stern slips. DePaul chips and misguides the left-footed attempt. Oh, it was an open goal. Frustrated as can be is Jacob Cito as you see a slippage. And Cito doesn't take his time. Instead tries to get under it. And sends it into the netting. He knows that could have been what breaks the 0-0 tie. Throw in now by Iskra. Cleared away by Marquette. Marquette now pushing ahead. Alba, and that one sends sailing. As you hear the background sounds, we're here at Ketchator Stadium, Wish Field, the L line of Chicago. Mere footsteps away from the stands. DePaul had their best opportunity of the afternoon moments ago, trying to be the spoiler here and dash Marquette's hopes of the postseason. Goal kick now will be by Stern. Again, this is a dual-purpose field, also the softball field for the Lady Blue Demons. Stern slipped right when he passed short center field. And Cito not able to take advantage. Marquette now splitting defenders. And we do have a whistle. Oh, DePaul is not happy about that call. As we see on the replay, arm pull, and not sure where that was, maybe slightly there on the arm pull, but he slipped. Nonetheless, there was no contact after the arm pull. And now, a outstanding chance for the Golden Eagles to keep their playoff hopes alive. 2 Golden Eagles drop back. Will it be Cohen? Left foot down, save! Drew Nelly. Beautiful save by Nelly. Shot right at him. Couldn't clear the wickets. And Drew Nelly holding on for dear life as we see the close-up. Got underneath it, rolled up to the breadbasket. Outstanding job for the home Blue Demons after a very close call. Clock continues to tick away. And that one goes out of bounds. Along the near line. Marquette looking for the throw-in. Having to run it down. Able to get there. Oh, they're actually going to say throw-in to DePaul. Bad pass. And Leo Villa trying to run it down, not able to do so. Blue Demons now. The tides have turned with their attempt now. Throw in Iskra, headed away by DePaul, and right away Marquette tries an outlet pass. Back in DePaul's possession, Iskra to Cito. Cito lets it go past. Goes to Feuderer. Feuderer, right foot, ahead. Ricochets around. No whistle called the opposite way as Stern with the throw-in. No call out of bounds on the far sideline. Marquette trying to do anything to clean up the mess. Chasing it down. Cohen tried to hop to the opposite side. Nelly now has to kick it out for a throw-in. So it very quickly switched from Marquette trying to clean up the pieces to Drew Nelly getting it out of bounds to allow his teammates to regroup. Substitution for the Blue Demons
15, Sasha Lalovic or T.B. Scruff.
as we are awaiting a throw-in by Pat Segrist, the defending 6-foot senior out of Streamwood. Effective throw-in back to Segrist. Segrist, no hand called, and that one almost goes into the stands. Another throw-in attempt now by Segrist as we see some fans in the crowd. Other athletic programs for the Blue Demons supporting their home whites today. Marquette looking for that ever lonesome goal. DePaul has 35 minutes to spoil the postseason party that Marquette is trying to throw. Segrist to Purpa. Strong challenge from DePaul. DePaul gains possession. Brickman taking himself. Have some players talking and pushing a bit against each other. Cito tugging. Salmoron not happy with the whistle. Nonetheless, DePaul now as the Blue Demons looking for the left foot of Feuderer. Clean attempt, far side, headed away by Marquette. We will have a corner. Outstanding defense. As you see, DeBrownia trying to reset his position. The left foot of Feuderer, so successful this season for the Blue Demons. Coming in, left foot, curves, and that one hit the crosswind. As the flags have turned since halftime, are now with a southwesterly blow, having slight effect on that. Stern having to clear it out. DePaul able to retrieve. Quickly back on the offensive. Can Marquette keep it away? Strong play on the far sideline. Marquette now regains possession. Rare misguided corner by Feuderer. 33 minutes remaining in season play. Marquette needs a win. DePaul trying to be the spoiler. Anderson now getting chippy with the Golden Eagles. Play continues. High play by Nelly. Time continues to tick. Drunelli, strong drop kick to midfield. Marquette. Off of Cito. Cito wants a high kick. Throw in Marquette. Not a lot of movement for the Golden Eagles. Head down, chipped away Anderson. Looking for control is Segrist. Segrist being challenged by Watkins. Pass around by Villa. Chukai was looking for anything. No result. Temperature dropping here in Chicago. Mishandled by the Blue Demons. Throw in. Controlled now by Perpa. Perpa near sideline to Segrist. Segrist ahead. To Cohen. Cohen, right foot. And out of bounds by the Blue Demons. Quick throw in. Back to the hands of Villa. Villa had Segrist. Segrist to Cohen. Control Cohen. Challenged by two Blue Demons. Left foot ahead. DeBrugna was able to knock it away. Left foot. Cohen. Current turning around. Ricocheted off DeBrugna. Marquette maintains possession along the ground. And it looks like we'll have another corner kick for the Blue Demons. Or excuse me, for the Golden Eagles. as we are under 30 minutes of season play in the Big East. In NCAA regular season soccer for these two squads. Bounced around, Nelly able to pick it up clean. Slight grin by Segrist. He knew that was going to be a good attempt. Can DePaul turn around and be on the offensive now? Anderson. And they're going to call a hand, hit the left hand of Anderson. Marquette once again. As we see a weather update, thank you to Director Alejandro for the update. 50 degrees with a feel like 41, 15-mile-per-hour winds now. Coming out of the northwest, or northeast, excuse me. That definitely coming into play here today. Outstanding camera crew and technical crew here bringing you Big East action. Goes around! Goal, Marquette! That is going to be onside. Bang! Golden Eagles with the goal they needed. The Golden Eagles are celebrating. Bounced around and went in as we see the chip ahead. Controlled. And what a right foot goal awareness by Lucas Sunnison. Controlled off the right side of the right foot. Nelly thought he was going to go in with the left. What a redirect by Lucas Sunnison, the forward sophomore out of Täby, Sweden. New life breathed into the Golden Eagles fan base as they now have a 1-0 lead over DePaul with 28 minutes remaining in regulation. Butler already won earlier today. They have secured a playoff spot. With a Marquette victory, if they can hold on, and if Seton Hall loses, Marquette will find the 6th and final playoff spot. What awareness by Lucas to see Nelly going near post, chipping off the right side of the right foot, as we see from a sideline camera, controlled, dropped in front of Nelly, right foot in, Nelly went for the left. What awareness by Marquette. With 27 minutes remaining now, can Marquette hold on, or will they push to get a second goal? There is no reason to take the foot off the gas now, knowing that with victory, at least for the short term, keeps the playoffs hopes alive. Left foot not able to be controlled, had the right idea, was Cohen. But Lucas Sunnison, the wherewithal, the composure, a high chip-in pass, controlled, allowed to roll 3 to 5 feet, and then off the right side of the right foot, away from the outstretched legs of Nelly to give the visiting Golden Eagles the 1-0 lead here in the second half. Passing ahead, bit too far. Can Colin control it? He cannot. It goes out of play. It was 6-6 for shots at halftime. It is now 13-7 with Marquette having a 7-1 shot differential in the second half, leading to the Sunnison goal. Nelly now looking to clear, trying to keep his teammates motivated as playing for pride and to be the spoiler. Even a 1-1 tie would eliminate Marquette from playoff hopes. That one goes out of play. Looking for the throw in is Iskra. More on the goal-scoring Sunnison, tied for third on the team with 1 goal as a sophomore. It was off the right face, the right cheek, right side of the face. Can't feel good for Leo Villa as we now have a goal kick, or excuse me, a corner kick for Futerer. Back post. And that is going out of play, and that is going to be a goal kick. So DeBrunya and Villa both very slow to get back to their feet. DeBrunya not happy with that call. But more on Sunnison. Born in Oslo, Norway, the son of Leif and Jessica Sunnison. Older sister Lisa and younger brother Jesper. And now a possible playoff leading goal for his Marquette Golden Eagles. Strong contention, a lot of looking around. Tackle, that will be a whistle. We are going to have a card. Things getting a little heated. As we see on the strong tackle, no ball in play. Leo Villa charged with the yellow. Much better camera angle. As the oft-mentioned Futerer. Can he help the Blue Demons find the back of the net? And I believe we're going to have a re-kick. Goal keep Stern. Calling out. Moving Futerer back a few feet. Left foot. Heading in and hitting the ground hard was DeBrunya. It looked like he was pushed. Nonetheless, he and Villa helping each other up. Goal kick for Stern. A quick goal scored by Marquette off of a high. Oh, and that was a heck of a mishap, as we will now have a corner kick. Stern decided to just do a short pass, I believe, to Leo Villa. Villa, for some reason, passed it all the way back. And it went out. Can DePaul get possession again? Passing ahead, Marquette. Marquette taking with the right foot. High save by Drew Nelly. Still in play. Can Nelly get back in position? He's able to hold on. Strong push. I believe DeBrunya, because we had a beautiful replay of the save by Nelly. He is being challenged now. 14-7 shots for each team, 7-shot differential. Marquette doubled up on DePaul thus far. Marquette now. Again, Marquette 1-0 lead. Clock continues to tick. Here at Wish Field. Cold day on the near north side. Lincoln Park area of Chicago. As Stern holds on to the ball. Needing a breather. The officials coming to check on Leo Villa. The referees come to check. As we see, good save by Stern. Not quite sure what happened to Villa on the near side. He is now slowly coming off the field, so it must be serious enough for him to take his time leaving the field to play. We want to remind everybody that the playoffs start in the coming days. Marquette looking to take Seton Hall's 6th and final playoff spot. The 9th of this month is going to be the first round, then 13th and 17th is the championship powered by Jeep. As we're waiting to see with the clock stoppage. As coming into the contest for the Golden Eagles is number 17, Clay Smith. The freshman defender, 6'2", out of Chesapeake, Virginia, the Woodlands High School. We're back underway here. Overcast sky and a cloudy, cold November day in Chicago. Marquette breaking the 0-0 tie with a Sunderson goal off of an inlet pass, controlled and off of his right foot. DePaul looking for the equalizer to send Marquette home for the winter. Marquette again hopes for a Seton Hall lost 5 p.m. kickoff, also on the Big East Digital Network. Make sure you tune in for that as well. That game, Villanova, Seton Hall from O&T Carroll Field. My colleague David Gass on the commentary with correspondent Ben Stevens. So make sure to tune in for that one. In a few short hours. Kickoff for that an hour and a half from now. Make sure you follow us on Twitter and YouTube and Caffeine TV to catch all of your Big East action. Throw in Blue Demons, Iskra. Shot differential still 14-7. Marquette looking for the second goal to put it out of reach. They're in range. One time, left foot. That's going to go out, will be a throw-in. And they're saying DePaul possession, so DePaul throw-in. Another throw in for the Blue Demons. Georgetown, St. John's, Providence, Creighton. Already stamping their Big East berth. Butler, Seton Hall, Xavier, Marquette fighting for the final spots. Butler winning today, having secured one of their own. Far clearing pass by the Blue Demons. Make sure to follow the Big East Digital Network at Big East Digital on Twitter, Big East YouTube and Facebook. So we're always carrying highlights, teasers, our original programming, and news from the Big East Digital Network correspondents. Complimenting content on BigEast.com. Also, tune in weekly on those platforms for the Olympic sports update. Left foot attempt, saved by Nelly. Nelly has had his work cut out for him today. 15 shots now for the Golden Eagles. Falling away was Cohen. Couldn't get enough behind it. Had some top spin. Don't forget this weekend, November 9th, number 3, Providence at Anderson Stadium. Noon Eastern time kickoff for the first round of the postseason. Then the first round of game 2 will be after that. Then Wednesday, November the 13th, Georgetown, the number 1 seed at 1 p.m. from Shaw Field, and the number 2 St. John's at 6 p.m. from Belson Stadium. As that one matriculates to the far sideline. Fox Sports 2 FS2 will be the host of the championship game. November the 17th at 11 a.m. Central, noon Eastern. Marquette trying with under 16 minutes left to do everything possible to let the clock drain and keep their playoff hopes alive. As Villa back into action, nudge slightly from behind. DePaul maintains possession. That'll be a throw in for the Blue Demons.
Substitution for DePaul. The Gray Drum and Grant Turbeck replace Cito and Brickman.
Again, DePaul looking to play spoiler with a victory or a tie. It's mathematically possible for Marquette to take the 6th seed. They are currently tied for 7th. They need to keep this victory here today. Pushing ahead. Looking for anything is Marquez. Battling the far side. And DePaul able to regain possession. Outstanding defense by the home Blue Demons in the final 15 minutes of the regular season for these two squads. Again, Butler already winning earlier today, 2-1. Seton Hall needs to lose for Marquette to qualify. DePaul regaining possession, pass, near side, challenge, push, clean play. Blue Demon down, and it's going to be a throw-in for DePaul. Slowly getting back to his feet as we see a beautiful pass, but a strong defensive presence by the Golden Eagles and Manuel Chuki. Good throw in. DeBrunya rolling right foot, frustrated with himself, not able to get there. Was Yusuf Ramadan. 13:20 remaining in regulation. Close call mere moments ago as DePaul was threatening. Headed away, now another throw in for the Blue Demons. We thank you for joining us here on the Big East Digital Network, powered by SoFi. Marquette would love a second goal to put this out of reach. Golden Eagles came in 7-8-1 overall, 3-5-0 in the Big East. The Blue Demons 5-8-3 overall with a 1-4-3 mark in conference play. Marquette now. Cohen rolls into Nelly. Blue Demons putting on the heat a bit now, knowing they have the final 12 minutes of their season to play spoiler to the visiting Golden Eagles. Four teams were vying for the final two playoff spots coming into today. Butler already having defeated Xavier, therefore Butler securing one of the two spots. If Seton Hall falls and Marquette maintains, Marquette gets the sixth spot. If Marquette wins and Seton Hall wins, Seton Hall will still get the sixth and final playoff spot. That game kicks off in an hour, 15 minutes on the Big East Digital Network's Twitter and YouTube accounts, along with Caffeine TV. But as we continue on here, Alba pressing hard. DeBrunya called with the whistle. 11 fouls for the home Blue Demons. Play to continue, under 11 minutes from midfield. Pete Ferreri, thank you for having me on the call, along with reporter on the sides, Tyler Aki. 10:40 and change remaining. Marquette not able to get there in time. We will have a corner. Goal kick will take place. Drew Nelly pushing forward the troops. 10:15 on the clock. Can the Blue Demons find the equalizer here at Wishfield? Marquette maintains control. Again, the one goal scored earlier, Lucas Sunnison. Rolling right, barely misses the right bar. And the outstretched arms of Drew Nelly. 17 shots now for the visiting Golden Eagles. As we see on the replay, just past the outstretched left hand of Drew Nelly. Again, Butler victorious earlier today. With the whistle, it will maintain DePaul possession. Live here on the Big East Digital Network. Drew Nelly clears ahead. Looking toward the left side. Cohen controls for Marquette. He has an outlet back if he needs it. Does so. Segrist back to Cohen. Segrist controls with the left. Chips ahead. Rolls back to mid. And DeBrunya. Stern able to gain control. DePaul with 8:15 remaining to play spoiler. Dash the hopes of the Golden Eagles. Under 8 remains. Again, next game, hour and 10 away from kickoff. Seton Hall, Villanova on the Big East Digital Network. Strong play there. DeBrunya not satisfied with that call. Nonetheless, Marquette will have the set piece. Clock stops, 7:19. Again, make sure you follow along with all the action on social media at Big East Digital and at Big East Champs. Pushed ahead to Paul. Were they able to get there? It will be a corner. Marquette now will take their time for the corner as they are 7 minutes away from still having that chance at the postseason. Right to the hands of Nelly. Nelly pushes the team ahead. Drop kick with the right. Trying to chase it down. Able to do so is Feuderer. Feuderer challenged by 2 Golden Eagles. Cleared ahead by Marquez. And we will have offsides called, so we'll be back possession for DePaul. DePaul with possession. Looking for the equalizer, 6 minutes on the clock. Marquez pushed ahead. Beautiful control play by Sunnison, who had the lone goal at the onset of this second half. Cohen into Alba. Back to Cohen. Toward Nelly. Nelly able to retain. You can hear Nelly calling on his teammates to push ahead. DeBrunya even pushed ahead. In play. Under 5 remaining in regular season. Segrist now for the throw-in. Anderson was able to get slight touch on it. Nonetheless, Sunnison now trying to split the DePaul defenders, not able to do so. Looking at the left is Perpa. 4 minutes on the clock. Marquette doing a bit of keep away while still trying to maintain the pressure. Time of possession in the second half, predominantly that of the Golden Eagles. Crossed. Segrist, will he take it himself? Trying to do so. Anderson coming in with outstanding defensive play, per usual. Salmeron to Perpa, back to Segrist. Cohen. Right now Marquette living in the defensive mode. 3:15 remaining in regulation.
Replacing Urbeck and Drum.
Quick substitution. Does DePaul have another opportunity in their pocket to pull? Or will Marquette maintain their playoff aspirations? Whistle and continued play. Looking for the one-time pass. Not there. Strong challenge for the Blue Demons. Marquette with crisp passing. DePaul now with the throw-in. 2:10 remaining. Half number 2, 17-7 shot differential. Plus 10 for the visiting Golden Eagles. 13 fouls for the home Blue Demons to that of 8 for Marquette. Nelly, strong kick, headed away by Marquette. Anderson coming, and they will call hand on that. 90 seconds remaining in the regular season for the home Blue Demons. If Marquette maintains again a 50-50 shot of making the playoffs, contingent upon the final game of the afternoon, early evening between Villanova and Seton Hall. And now 60 seconds are on the clock. Throw-in for the Blue Demons. Stick around for post-game as sideline reporter Tyler Aki will be interviewing Marquette player of the game. DePaul with the remaining throw-in. 50 seconds locked on the clock as the officials are speaking to the bench right now for Marquette. Head coach Craig Stewart. What could be the final set piece of the year for Jake Feuderer. Taps back to Nelly, to Feuderer. Sends ahead. DePaul on the all offensive. Chips ahead. Head attempt by DeBrunya. Feuderer cleared away by Marquette. Can Nelly get there? 33 seconds. Nelly sends ahead. Blue Demons onside. Controlled. Marquette sends away. Throw in. 20 seconds remaining. Where will the throw in go? 15. The throw in. Marquette clears away again. Header, DePaul. And with that, the Marquette Golden Eagles playoff hopes stay alive. That's going to be it. That's going to be all she wrote as the Golden Eagles defeat the Blue Demons 1-0 in NCAA soccer action. We will have a sideline report momentarily with Tyler Aki. 1-0 your final as Marquette 50-50 shot now based on the Seton Hall result later today. We'll be back momentarily with a post-game report brought to you by SoFi.
Hallelujah.
And this is just one night. You should see what we do during the day. Marquette University. Be the difference.
Welcome back. 1-0 the final. Marquette comes out victorious. We will get to our sideline reporter, Tyler Aki, momentarily with player of the game, of course, with the goal, Lucas Sunderson, as we see the outstanding chip ahead from Chuki, as we see past 3 defenders of the Blue Demons. Sunderson finds it off the right toe, past the outstretched left leg of Drew Nelly. Marquette staying alive in postseason hopes and aspirations. Coach Bennett, with his rotational starting lineup, finds what's needed in the second half of play. As we see in the final notes, at halftime it was 6-6 for shots, 17-8, and 11-2 ratio differential in the second half. 10 shots on goal for Marquette, 1 for the Blue Demons. 10 saves for DePaul. Drew Nelly on his head for this one to the 1 of Marquette. 6 corners apiece for each team. 11 fouls for Marquette, 15 for the Blue Demons, and 2 yellow cards for Marquette. Again, the playoff implications that we talked about. Butler already earlier today taking out Xavier. Villanova plays Seton Hall in an hour's time on the Big East Digital Network. So go ahead, take a break, come back. When you do, we will absolutely be making sure that you join us on the Big East Digital Network, YouTube, Twitter, and Caffeine TV. Again, we will momentarily be joining our sideline reporter, Tyler Aki, Lucas Sunderson, player of the game. We want to thank, while we have a moment, our producer, executive director, Alejandro Tevino, along with the crew of Danny, Liz, Jason, Gage, Sam, and Ross for an outstanding season, let alone this game this afternoon at a cold, blustery, windy day in Chicago, Illinois, Ketch-Tor Stadium, and which field. Again, Marquette victorious 1-0. Thanking their fans. Quite a lot of fans made the trip southbound, about 2.5 hours from the Marquette campus to that of the Lincoln Park area of Chicago, Illinois. Want to thank again the outstanding crew. And with that being said, we are now going to send it to sideline reporter Tyler Aki with the player of the game, the lone goal scorer, Lucas Sunderson. Tyler.
All right, joined now by Lucas Sunderson. Lucas, the goal for you that is the difference maker in this matchup. As a sophomore, what did it mean for you to get that goal for your seniors, to give them a chance now to potentially play in the Big East tournament?
I mean, it obviously means a lot because we knew that we needed a win today. We needed 3 points, and we knew that we would have a lot of possession today, and we kept calm and composed, and I feel like we had a feeling all game that we would get the goal sooner or later, so yeah.
Now you still got one more hurdle to clear. You need Seton Hall to lose against Villanova. That's coming up later today. But for you, what's the angst level like watching that matchup, knowing that your fate is no longer in the hands of yourselves?
I mean, we did what we could, and now we just got to be a bit lucky. Everyone got to be lucky sometimes. So,
any superstitions for tonight?
Superstitions? Yeah. Not really, no.
No. All right, well, best of luck. I know you'll be nervous watching that game. Big implications, but best of luck, and we'll see if you guys get into that Big East tournament.
Thank you so much.
All right. Lucas Sunderson, the player of the game today with the goal. We'll go back to Peter.
All right, thank you there, team on the sideline again. Lucas Sunderson with the beautiful goal of the beautiful game on the beautiful pitch, allowing for a victory for the Golden Eagles. We're now going to go back momentarily to sideline reporter Tyler Aki as he has the head coach for the Golden Eagles who had the golden goal here. 1-0 victory. Tyler, back to you.
All right, Coach Louis Bennett, where's the pride level in this team to see them rebound and put together a second half that now gives you guys a chance to get into the Big East tournament?
Yeah, I'm really proud of them. This is historically for us, this has been a difficult place to play, and I think that we came here last night and we trained on the field and we knew it was going to be a battle, and both teams battled. You know, we battled our way and they battled their way, and we came out, you know, on top. I'm really proud of them. I mean, this is, you know, sometimes it's hard to keep focus and you get distracted about other things that you can't control, and I think for the most part we kept control of ourselves. There was a time where we might have unraveled, and I think we pulled ourselves back together, and I thought Lucas Sunesson battled really, really hard, and he got a small opening and he took advantage of it and he scored a great goal. I thought we could have had another two. I thought we had two, you know, one-on-ones with the keeper. You know, and we might have been lucky in the first half to escape, you know, one of their set piece where Max hit the crossbar. But you know, it's always going to be one of those games, and I'm really proud of I am really proud of our guys. You know, and now we've just got to sit and wait.
Yeah, no. So you're not concretely into the field quite yet, but what's something that if you guys do get in, what's something that you can take away from this game and make sure that continues into the Big East tournament?
Yeah, I think just the resilience defensively, not to give chances away, make the other team earn their chances, and make sure that we are diligent enough to create enough chances to score goals. And that's you know, we created a lot of chances and scored one goal.
So Seton Hall, Villanova, that's the matchup to watch tonight. What's the level of angst heading into that, knowing that it's no longer in your hands?
Well, it's no longer in our hands, so we can't worry about things that we can't control. You know, we'll just look, and obviously we'll hope for a tie.
All right, Coach Bennett, hoping for that tie tonight, or a loss, yep, as Marquette now a chance to get into the Big East tournament later this week.
All right, thank you once again, Coach Bennett and Tyler Aki, sideline reporter. Again to the crew, Director Alejandro Tavino, Danny, Liz, Jason, Gage, Sam, and Ross. Outstanding production as always. We thank you all for joining us, one and all. DePaul falls in the final game of the season to Marquette 1-0. First loss since 17 years ago to the day, November 6th, 2002. Marquette, 50-50 chance of making the playoffs. They need a tie or a loss by Seton Hall this evening. Don't go anywhere. Less than an hour away from that kickoff. Presented by SoFi and the Big East Digital Network. Thank you, everybody. Have a great rest of your night.